Right now on News 3 Live at noon, we are tracking rain, mountain snow moving into the area. We're going to have all the details.
And it is Travel Wednesday. A lot of people coming to and from Las Vegas just to make it home in time for the turkey. Well, we'll tell you how things are moving along.
And arrested. The Marine accused of desertion and then killing his mother's boyfriend finally caught. How police were able to track him down.
News 3 starts right now.
And thank you for being with us this day before Thanksgiving, and it just so happens to be a weather alert day, and so that means basically the weather changes. They're going to switch up what you normally do as part of your everyday routine.
Yeah, and it's so fun going into the holiday, but this, certainly is impactful for many folks, so that's why we're taking it serious. Kelly here to tell us what we can expect.
Yeah, and those winds have definitely kicked up in the area. We are seeing some active weather, especially over the local mountains. This is a live picture. This is the O'Callahan Middle School camera, and you see visibility not all that great. So where is the rain? Well, most of it's still back into California. Los Angeles still dealing with a lot of that. As we zoom in here a little bit closer, we are seeing snow showers over the local mountains. That does include the spring mountains, of course. We do have some light rain here along the 95 and then back toward Pahrump and into Inyo County. In Las Vegas itself right now, not a whole lot going on. A few sprinkles. We're going to talk about when the rain will get here into Las Vegas and more about this winter storm warning. That's coming up.
Okay, very busy day for you, Kelly. All right, millions of Thanksgiving travelers in the U.S. just bracing themselves for what is now being called a historic storm, hitting parts of the country just all over.
All over the place. And Las Vegas, as we know, is one of the top air travel destinations for the holiday. And lots of folks, of course, will be flying into town. Others are going to be driving. So let's take a live look now at Primm. This is from our drone 3 up in the sky. Actually looks pretty darn good right now.
Yeah,
we've all been stuck in that California traffic, and this is pretty free moving, so that is always good news right now.
We will definitely take that because we know it's probably going to change up. Our Kendall Kim, well, she's been monitoring it throughout the day. She's live again
from
the I-15 in St. Rose. Yes, it's a twofer. It looks like it's kind of windy and chilly out there.
Yeah, you can see me attempting to hold the hair back, my earpiece in. The wind is starting to pick up out here. We're at I-15 in St. Rose, so towards the southern edge of the valley. If you are going to be heading out of town, going towards California, or you have family coming in, take a live look at I-15. As you can see, we're sailing pretty smooth out here. Warning to the wise, though, you are going to want to follow that speed limit. We have been out here for since early this morning and picking up over the last few hours. NHP has been out here in about 30 minutes. My photographer witnessed them write a pretty good number of tickets pretty quickly, catching people who were not following the rules of the road. Now, that does also add to conditions out here. We are expecting this rain to pick on up. Higher elevations going through the Cajon Pass specifically expected to be pretty iffy going towards California as we get into those snow flurries a little bit later today as well. Now, Caltrans, which is California's version of NDOT, they have spoken out saying that they do not plan to shut down I-15 for Thanksgiving. Though if people are not driving safe, they will close down the road trying to get things under control. But when it comes to weather, they have been working around the clock to de-ice, getting that agent in, making sure everything is nice and smooth. Now, we have heard from AAA saying that actually 90% of the millions of travelers, 55.3 million travelers that are expected to be out and about this Thanksgiving are actually driving, and they want to make sure that you are prepared before you hit that road.
AAA Nevada is expected to rescue about 3,000 Nevadans this holiday weekend from the side of the road. And the most popular calls we're going to get, the biggest one is going to be battery issues. So again, that's why we're asking folks to try to do a little preventative maintenance.
Now, in addition to the battery issues, tires are a big one. And of course, with this weather, the windshield wiper is something to definitely pay attention as well. Looking towards our beautiful southern Nevada skies this afternoon, you could see the clouds behind me, the wind starting to pick on up. So Mother Nature rolling her way on in, getting ready for that turkey dinner along with us all here at News 3. But take a look. As you can see, it's getting kind of gray out there. Here she comes. We want to wish you, of course, a happy Thanksgiving. If you're going to be hitting the road, make sure you are nice and safe. Once again, just just pump the brakes, get there nice, slow, and steady, making sure that everyone is A-OK. Reporting live from I-15 this morning, Kendall Kim, News 3.
All right, Kendall, great advice. You go get in that live truck and warm up because it's windy and it's chilly. Okay, taking a look at what's happening when it comes to our travel times in the airways with McCarran International Airport. So it's really not looking too badly. Right now we have Omaha, also Austin and Indianapolis. So those were some delays there. Now, were those arrivals or departures, Ryan? Were those delays which way? Arrivals.
Yeah.
Okay, so those were delays in arrivals.
What's interesting is some of them say early.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing too, even from some of the areas that are kind of trouble spots.
Right. So there you go. It's hard to predict.
It is. So far, not so bad. So that's good news. All right, the National Transportation Safety Administration is starting an investigation today after a small plane crashed in the mountains just north of the Las Vegas Valley.
News 3's Faith Jesse joining us now with the details on this investigation.
Yeah, Metro releasing a statement earlier today saying that although bad weather is keeping them from getting to the crash site on the ground, search and rescue teams have determined that from the air, there are unfortunately no survivors. They expect to resume recovery efforts on Friday or Saturday due to weather. But take a look here at this map. The crash took place around 5:30 yesterday evening in this area near Gas Mountain Peak. That's north of Las Vegas. Police saying the crash site was at 6,600 feet elevation, and the peak of this mountain just 100 feet higher than that at 6,700 feet. This was a fixed single-engine Cirrus SR-22 and was registered to the Baron Von Speed LLC here in Las Vegas. This morning, search and rescue crews returned to the site to assess the area during the daylight hours to provide additional information to the federal agencies set to take over this investigation. Now, I spoke with a man named Corey Wax. He is a longtime pilot here in Las Vegas, and he says this type of plane is equipped with a GPS feature in the glass cockpit. Wax says it should have given the pilot a warning signal if they were too close to the terrain. Now, the investigation into the cause of the plane crash is still ongoing. There were 3 people on the plane. There were no survivors, and the coroner should release their identities in the coming days. Crystal.
Okay, thank you for that update, Faith. We appreciate it. After nearly 3 weeks on the run, a Marine accused of desertion and wanted for murder has been captured. Authorities in Virginia say Michael Brown killed his mother's boyfriend on November 9th. The 22-year-old suspect placed on the FBI's most wanted list of fugitives on Monday. Brown arrested Wednesday morning in Franklin County. That's just south of Roanoke. He's charged with second-degree murder and using a firearm in the commission of a felony. The Marine deserted his post at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina in October.
An East Texas plant that produces chemicals and petroleum-based products exploded overnight, blowing out windows on nearby homes, some even several miles away. At least 3 workers were injured. NBC's Miguel Almaguer has a story.
My whole house shook.
Overnight, smoke and fire filling the sky after a chemical explosion at a plant in Port Neches, Texas. Officials say the blast happening just after 1 a.m., igniting the fire at the facility, which produces chemical and petroleum-based products.
My first immediate response was, having lived around the refineries all these years, was that there had to have been an explosion.
The explosion, so large and so loud, the intensity captured on home security cameras. Many who live in the area say the damage could be seen and felt for miles. Social media posts showing blown out windows and garage doors. Residents within half a mile of the plant were evacuated as search and rescue crews were going door to door in surrounding areas. This is just the latest explosion to rock the region. In 2017, flooding from Hurricane Harvey caused an explosion at a plant in Crosby, Texas. And in 2013, this blast caught on camera in the small town of West Texas, where 15 people were killed and hundreds of others were injured. The Port Neches area of Texas is home to multiple chemical plants. This morning, many are relieved that no one was killed, but say at times like this, they still live in fear.
With the refineries being right here, that's a fear on a lot of people's minds that live here. It's something like that could happen.
Miguel Almaguer there with that story just outside of Beaumont. Can O.J. Simpson really sue the Cosmopolitan Hotel for defamation?
Okay, so what spurred the lawsuit and a look at whether he has a chance in taking it anywhere when it comes to a courtroom. That's in today's Breaking Down the Law.
And we're up high, flying drone 3, taking a look at Primm. Holiday traffic right now, pretty smooth. We'll be right back.